this is going to be my late November TBR. Basically it's the 5th of November, and I apologise in advance if you hear fireworks going off because it is Bonfire Night or Guy Fawkes Night, whatever you want to call it. 5th of November. So I am very late to this. I've been procrastinating this video for like almost a week now. It's terrible. But basically, I know in the last TBR I did a Scrabble My TBR game, which is like Scrabble, the game picks my TBR. But I'm gonna put that off until the start of the new year, because the next 2 months are gonna be hectic, and I just can't be adding extra books onto my TBR if I can't fit like readathon books in to the words. So yeah, I'll be putting that off until the start of the new year, but that's fine. December's going to be super hectic because Vlogmas, so I still don't know what I'm doing with that yet, whether I'm going to do the 25 days or just 12. Plus I need to take in account whether my mental health will be okay to vlog every day or not. We'll see, because last year I did pre-planned videos, but I do want to try actual vlogging every day. Anyway, this month is Believathon 3. I do have the compendium. This is amazing. There's even like a map in here of everything. What's it? The mystery of the missing Maleficarum? Oh, Maleficarum. Oh, I don't actually know how you say that properly. Everything I talk about, readathons, people, will all be linked in the description. I'll let you know that now. Everything will be linked down there, announcement videos and everything. So let's get started. The first 5 books I want to talk about is to do with Sherlockathon, because still half of the readathon is in November, so it's up until the 15th of November. So I have 4 physical and 1 ebook left, which is really good. So I'll not go over the prompts or anything, but I will link my TBR video for that in the description though, if you want to see everything that I was going to read for it. The first one I still have left is Pride. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Pride by Ibiza Boy. I still have that left. Then the 4 physical books are Walk Every Door by Riley Sager, Flesh House by Stuart McBride. I have just started this today, which is awesome, so yay. I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh, and Cross by James Patterson. This is the 12th book in the Alex Cross series, and Flesh House is book 4 in the D.S. Logan McRae series by Stuart McBride. So yeah, that's the 4 left that I have for Sherlockathon to read. 5, sorry. Now let's move on to Believathon. Like I said, got the compendium. Whoop. So excited. I'm going to be referring to this for the authors that have gotten, that Gavin has managed to get to participate in this and stuff like that. So prompt 1 is the key. In order to use the key, you must read a mystery. And I've already read this because it's the 5th of the month, so it didn't take long. I read The Case of the Drowned Pearl by Robin Stephens, and the author for this prompt is Robin Stephens. Yeah, there you go, Robin Stephens, there you go. So I did read one of her books. It's just a World Book Day one, so it's super quick and easy to read. But I'll let you know my thoughts, you know, when I do a wrap up and stuff, so that's fine. Prompt 2 is the fingerprints. In order to collect the fingerprints, you must read a book written by an author from a different culture than you. And I'm going to be reading Arusha and the End of Time by Roshani Chokshi. Oh, I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's about Hindu mythology, and I'm super excited to read that. I have started it. I'm like a couple pages in, and so far I'm very interested in the mythology for sure. And the author for that was Roshani Chokshi. Oh my god, there you go. I did want to try and get a book from each author to read in the month for the prompts. I want to try and do that, but I have not been able to with some of the prompts because I can't get my hands on a copy of the book, so I have had to pick other middle grades for some of the prompts. Most of them I managed to get, but some I haven't. So prompt 3 was for Vashti Hardy, and it is The Scream. To collect The Scream, you must listen to an audio or read a book out loud. I am going to be reading Bright Storm by Vashti Hardy. I think it's on Kindle. If I cannot manage to get that, I'm going to substitute it for Wizards of Once by Krista Cowell, because I'm pretty sure I still have the audiobook for this on Audible, because it'll be a reread. I finally have a physical copy and I wanted to follow along, so I got this. So if I can't do Bright Storm, I will be reading this. Prompt 4 is Michelle Harrison, and for that you have to get the torn page, and in order to get the torn page you must read a book with a supernatural element, and I'm going to be reading 13 Treasures by Michelle Harrison, and in the synopsis of this book it mentions ghosts, so that's what I'm going to be reading. I'm going to be reading that, 13 Treasures. Prompt 5 is this author. I'm not even going to attempt it because I'm going to completely say it wrong, but it is The Crown. In order to collect that, you must read a book that is set in an alternate world to our own, so like a fantasy in a made-up world. And I will be reading The School for Good and Evil by the same author. I'll be reading that. I have actually wanted to read it for a while and I found it cheap on Kindle, so I was like, yes please. And I can also get the audiobook for on BookBeat as well, so I can follow along. Prompt 6 is Laura Ellen Anderson, and that is to get the Spelled Ink. In order to collect that, you must read a book that features ghosts. So I could have used 13 Treasures for this, but I'm actually going to use one of Lauren's books, Amelia Fang and the Barbaric Ball. But if I can't get that one, I'm going to re-listen to City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. Basically ghosts is in that title, so yes. Prompt 7 is Jamie Littler. I'm pretty sure we all know who that is by now. We love him. And it is to get the dagger. In order to get the dagger, you must read a book that is set in a dangerous setting. And I will be reading First Hurt 2, Escape from Aurora by Jamie Littler. I'm so excited for this. The artwork, as usual, is absolutely stunning. And the cover is also like the first one, where it's like a keyhole one. And it's just, this is just stunning. I have the Warzones special edition and it's stunning. I love the shade of green. It's so pretty. So I'm excited to read this. Prompt 8 is Elle McNichol, and it is the backpack. In order to collect that safely, you must read a book by a new to you author. And I actually managed to get my hands on A Kind of Spark by Elle McNichol, which is awesome. It's really short, so it should be quick and easy, so that's good. I'm excited to try this out. I'm pretty sure it's her debut novel. I'm not 100%, but I think so. I could be wrong, correct me if I am. But yes, I'm excited to read that. Prompt 9 is Jessica Townsend. We love her as well. I like a lot of these authors that I've read from, quite a few of them, so it's really cool. And it's The Footprints. In order to collect them, you must read a book that features a prominent villain. And I will be reading Wondersmith. What's this one? The Calling of Morrigan Crow by Jessica Townsend. I read... oh, Nevermore. That's the first one. Nevermore. It was like the start of the year and I really enjoyed it, and I remember there being a prominent villain. I can't say because spoilers, but yes, I'm excited to finally continue on and read this, and then hopefully Hollowpox I think is next. Yeah, It's quite thick, but it's fine. I have the audiobook on Audible ready to go, so yay. Prompt 10 is Sophie Anderson. I like her too, she's really cool. And that's the hand mirror. In order to get it safely, you must read a book with a beautiful cover. And of course, I will be reading The Castle of Tangled Magic by Sophie Anderson. It's just, the cover speaks for itself. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm so excited to read this. I absolutely adored The House with Chicken Legs and The Girl Who Speaks Bear. I really loved both of those. So yeah, I'm excited to read her new book for sure. Again, the artwork is so pretty in here as well. The illustrations, it's just so pretty. So I'm excited to read this one. Yay! I will also be buddy reading this with Steph over at Steph Loves. Prompt 11 is Anna James. Cool. And it's The Chain. There is only one way to free yourself and collect part of the chain. You must read a book that features a colourful cast of friends. I will be reading Pages & Co. by Anna James. Was it Tilly the Book Wanderers is the first one. It's the Pages & Co. series. I will be reading that one. I have the audiobook on BookBeat. Next is Thomas Taylor. This is one of the authors that I don't have a book for, like, of his. Although I did love Malamander. His prompt 12, is The Flash of Lightning. In order to collect it, you must read a book that incorporates folktales. And I will be reading The Rise of the Jumbies by Tracy Baptiste, that's the author's name. I read the first Jumbies for a Middle Grade Monthly, one of the months, and thought it was pretty good. So I'm going to read the sequel for it. And if at like the last minute and I don't want to read that, I will reread Malamander by Thomas Taylor, just so I could read one of his books. I loved Malamander the first time I read it, so I don't mind rereading it at all. It was so good. Prompt 13 is Raina and Baron? There you go. And that is The Shadow. In order to get it, you must read a book that was first published in 2020. Unfortunately, I will not be able to get my hands on one of Raina Barron's books. It's Maya and the Rising Dark. And this is the last prompt. I forgot to say it's the last prompt. But I'm not going to be able to get my hands on Maya and the Rising Dark. I'm going to wait and see. And I'll check through the month on Kindle to see how it goes. But if I can't, I will be reading The 10 Riddles of Eartha Quicksmith by Loris Owen. It looks really good. So it's one of the recommendations, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is. It's the middle recommendation. I'll be reading this one for that. I'm pretty sure it's not on Gavin's channel or JD Reads. So I'm excited to read this because I love riddles. So I think it'd be good. So I think that's all of, yeah, that's all of the prompts. But as a bonus, I might want to reread A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harrison. If I get everything done in time. I do want to reread this just in case. For middle grade monthly, sticking on the theme of middle grades, it is The Crooked Sixpence. I can't remember the author's name, I didn't write it down stupidly. But yeah, I'll be reading, hopefully I'll be able to read that. For a contemporary book club, which is the book club run by Steph over at Steph Loves. We'll be reading Eleanor Elephant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. That's how you say it. I also can get the audiobook on BookBeat, I think, so I can follow along. And I think the last thing I need to talk about is it the Dara Smoking Bone along? It's like a read along for the Dara Smoking Bones trilogy. I think it's a trilogy. So I will be reading the first one in November, and then we'll read the second one in December and the third one in January. I think that's how it works. And it was Maddie over at Book Browsing Blog that put this together. So I will link her. I think she has an announcement video for it so I will link that in the description as well. I am also participating in the 1,000 Doors readathon, put together by Drinking by Myself. I will link the announcement in the video as well. There is 2 co-hosts as well. I also might be loosely participating in Knit Galleathon, or is it Galleathon? I think it's called Galleathon, and I'm pretty sure I was actually approved for this on NetGalley, the e-arc of Frost Heart 2 on NetGalley, so I'm going to read that in the same time period for Galleathon, hopefully. That's the plan anyway. So yes, all of the information for everything will be in the description. I already said that at the start, but yes. And I have like a few other books on there that I need to get read and reviewed, so yes. But mainly it will be Frost Heart by Jamie Littler. But I think that's everything I need to go over for this TBR. I forgot to say at the start, but I do have, it's technically a tipsy TBR, but I haven't drank very much. But it is strawberry and lime cider, so yeah, from Lidl's. It tastes really nice actually. So it technically was a tipsy TBR, but I'm not very tipsy. It's fine. I do feel a bit warm from it though. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my goodies tour on Instagram, and anyone I mentioned in the Black Lives Matter links are in the description as always. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!